Hello guys, welcome back to a tutorial video of Unity. Now in Unity there is a multiplayer asset called Photon, and some of you old game devs might know about Photon. Photon is just a multiplayer helping just streaming multiplayer asset which you can do multiplayer right away. And also, yeah, but there also are problems with Photon. Remember Photon Chat? Photon Chat is an essential plugin for Photon, so you can chat to other people. Now in Photon Chat, there is one problem. They can't chat. I mean, they would, or the tutorials are missing. The tutorials, they have missing scripts or missing episodes that we don't know where. So I'm now here to complete a tutorial that you guys might happily enjoy and find out that it's interesting. So you can join with me into another thing. So let's do it. Okay, so let's continue. And so let's go back into a browser because I'm using a new version of Unity. I can't go to the asset store, so let's just go to the asset store. Let me see, asset store. Let's see, there, assets.unity. Photon. Photon here, and then we'll just scroll down, and then we'll just find some of the Photon Pun 2. I hate Photon Pun 2. Let me see the free assets. Let me see. Free assets. And all you need to do is not this one. You have to download Photon Pun 2, which is really not here. I could not find here. Photon Pun 2, which is free, and you can just download this. So let's just go back to our Unity, and since I've already downloaded, we'll just go to Window, Package Manager. Now, just go to your My Assets. Okay, so we're in here. I have a lot of assets that I just got. You just go to the Pun 2 free. It's the Photon that we need, and import. We'll just wait for that. Okay, so open this here, import package, and import. Okay, so we already done the installation. Now there would be a pun setup, and we have to create the pun setup or the app ID of this pun to create. So we'll just go back, pause the video. Okay, so we're in. This is just all my apps here, and don't mind that because that's all just my tests. So check what version you need. So we need is Photon Pun. Your name, I'll just call it YouTube, and the YouTube test, yes, test, and then create. We'll just wait for its creation, and we don't want to see this, so you can just take this, copy this. So let's just go back to your Unity and put this app ID into here and set up project. Done. You are done and you have now succeeded. So just clear the here. And now you might think that, oh, we need the Photon Chat. We need the Photon Chat yet. But wrong. We don't need a Photon Chat, the asset, because we already have the app ID chat. Photon Pun 2 has already the Photon Chat. And you might be thinking, oh no, I tried combining the Photon Pun 2 and Photon Chat, but errors broke up, destroying my previous project. So since I tested this on my new test project, it works. So we'll just have to get the app ID. So let's go back to here. Let's create a new app. Photon Chat, YouTube test, chat, and then create. Just wait for it to be created. Okay, we'll just take the ID, Control C. Let's go back to Unity and put it on there. So it's already have connected. We'll just take our fixed region to Asia because I live in the Philippines and that's Asia, so yeah. And now let's create the scripts. So let's create a folder. C script. Then create C# script. Let's see. Chat manager. Let's enter. There we go. And my Unity will just compile scripts. The process of compiling scripts. Okay. So we'll just open our chat manager. Let's just create a new window. I'm using a 30-day trial rider from JetBrains, but you can also use Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code as you do, because I'm using Visual Studio Code for my here. So yeah, so it's still loading its extensions. So I'll just pause here. Okay, so we're already in the loaded. So let's set up this chat manager. But I think I have to recommend first. I think it will not work unless I will create a C# script for Photon Pun. So see you there. Okay, so I have already done some editing on the project. So now let's start off the basics. We have to import the classes. So using Photon, which we actually need, .chat, and using Photon .pun. That's what we need. So I have to go with iChat client listener, and there would be an error. And why it is an error? Because it doesn't have all of its methods inside it, so we have to implement the missing members. So we'll just wait for it to turn on. Yeah, we'll just click OK. There we go. So we have a lot of these, but we'll just go on a few extensions. We'll just take off the throw new system not implement exception, because that will give us an error on playing. Okay, so there we are. Now let's create some functions. So public void get connected. There we go. And then what we actually need to do in get connected is, let's get out of debug.log, debug.log, and we need to take out the string, which is like connecting. Before we do that, we'll just have to create some variables, I think. So let's take a chat client. We'll just make it this private. We'll not just use this. And then create a public. So since I'm using TMP Pro on my either on my Unity editor, you can also use like this. I'll just type using TM Pro, Text Mesh Pro. You can download it on the assets, the package manager. Also, if you want to use the normal UIs, you have just Unity engine.ui. There we go. So let's create a public called input field. But I'm using Text Mesh Pro, so I'll just put TMP input field. Let's just make it this player name, and then public. For those who doesn't use TM Pro, you can just use text. But since I'm using TM Pro, I'll use Text Mesh Pro UGUI connection state. Then another public, same TMP input field. Now this input field will be the message area. Then another public, another Text Mesh Pro text, the message area. No, not the message area. Oh yeah, this is the message input. I'm sorry. Input. And then message area. And finally, we have to create two public game objects, which I will explain later. So this is the two publics, and now I'll get some strings. Okay, so that's it. Now let's start the function. So in void start, there's an application that run in background is equal to true. Then let's create an if statement for the Photon network. If we don't have the ID, so I'll just copy some notes. This is very long. You'll see, I'll just explain this. So if the string is null or empty, if the string is empty on the Photon network app ID chat, then we'll just have to say debug.log error, which no app ID provided, and then return. Oh, not if reference equals. Return. There we go. Now, part of this here, connection state dot text. No, not here. We'll put it in the. Yeah. Okay, so world chat is equal to world. And now let's go to our get connected. So let's print out a we have trying. Then chat client is equals to new chat client, and we need a script that has an iChat client listener. So we'll just use this script. This there. Then chat client dot connect into the Photon network. Photon network dot Photon server settings dot app settings dot app ID chat, and then we have to put authentic app version. So Photon network dot app version, and then we have to take another authentication values, which is a new authentication values, and we'll put in here. We'll just put some additional code here. Photon dot chat, and then dot authentication values, and what we need to authenticate is the name of the player, so the text of the player name. No, not player name dot text. Here we go. So we just take the string that has been text on the name of the player name field. So now we have already done our get connected. Let's go on to the next thing in the update. So in the update, okay. So if chat client is is not equal to null, chat client dot service. Okay, so now let's create the unconnected. So let's take the. So I'm just gonna put my intro panel, my panels, my game objects that I do selected. No, not yet. That's okay. So chat client dot subscribe. This we're gonna subscribe or go into like some kind of join thing. So subscribe to the string. So a new string array that has world chat. Then chat client dot set online status to chat user status dot online. This is what we need to make the player online. So now that's just the important things to connect to a chat field. Now let's create an event in which when the player subscribes to, and there's an error, let's see. Oh, here. Is really an error? Okay. I just need one more. Okay, so now let's has the here. So on subscribe, we'll just as message some things. So let's make a for each loop. For each in, let's see, what's the channels? Channel. And now this dot chat client dot publish message. We're just gonna publish a message which is chat, which through the channel says no string says see join. Okay, so let's just put comma there, and let's make the status of a player connection state dot text is equals to it's equals to connected is equals to connected. Okay, so that's where we have now. So let's create the get messages. Now if you really wanted to create a message, then we have to make the message first. How could we do that? So we'll just need to go to a method here called onGetMessages. This is where the messages get the properties of a message. So let's create a for loop. For loop here, and then let's set this into send this dot length. Now we'll take the message area. That's where we need to put the message dot text is plus equals to, we have to add a string, so senders, we'll put a array there and put the I inside, and let's create a comma here, so it will describe what are they saying, and then plus messages, and then plus here. So let's give the comma. There we go. So this is how you get a message. And now the last thing is to create how to send a message, a method where we can send our messages. So let's create a method here, public void send message, and then in send message you could just type chat client that publish message from the world chat, and then the message input. No, message input dot text. That's what we need for the string. So Control S. And you can also provide that on disconnected things by yourself. You can just copy from this and you just flip their properties, like from connect to disconnect, like that. So since I already saved this, let's go back to Unity. I created this UI for joining. I just create a Photon manager just to test if this is really right. So let's add a component. And see, assets, scripts, network, which is put our chat manager. And there's a lot of stuff in here. So let's just create the game objects, the panels. So let's create as it intro row, and this is what the intro will be. Let's just put everything down to the intro. Wait, intro. Okay, so let's create another panel, UI panel. We'll just disable the intro first. Let's resize our panel into like this. I have to set this. And then in our panel, we just have to set the canvas to the scale with pixel size. So I think you need to. Okay, so I have to decrease this to 1. Okay, so I have to flip my panel. We'll just disable the intro. Flip my panel. Okay, so this is the message panel. So message panel, and let's create a button, UI button, send, and move this and down here and resize its shape, and we'll make its text into send. Let's create a input field, UI Dismiss Pro input field. Just draw this here. It's near the send. Now let's create another text, UI text. This will be our area where we can text. So I think most of you devs can create sliders, which I need to practice because I can't create sliders of my own. Font size to 20, and create one more text, UI text mesh pro, up, and then just center this. There we go. Just new text. Then new text, we'll just remove this and just rename this text area, and then status. So there we go. So let's see. In our network, we just need to connect our input field name. So we'll just disable the message panel to see what you're looking at. We'll just network. We have already inputted the input field here. This input field here. Then we'll just disable that and go to your message panel, and you could, in your network, you can take your connection the status for the status here, and then in the area where you need to text, we'll just put it in the message area. Now for the message input, we'll just put the input field of this panel. Now I have the two things here, the intro panel and the message panel. I just put this so I can set active these two panels. So I just assign this message panel and the intro panel. So we'll just make the intro the first thing what we could see in join. We'll just link up our button. We'll just destroy this button here. Let's add a button. We'll put the network, a chat manager, get connected. Now in our message panel, we have to assign the send button. So we'll add a function, click event, and chat manager send message. So now I have to put one more thing into the script. Now in onConnected, we have to disable the intro panel. So intro panel the set active is equals to false. Then message panel dot set active is equals to true. So we'll just save that, and let's just go to Unity, and it'll just reload by itself. So let's disable the intro panel, disable our message panel, and go to our intro panel. And if I fail, this video will be a blown out. So let me see how many. 30 minutes, because this is a very long thing. Let's try doing this, and let's text Fender, Fender, join, connecting, it's debugging, connected. Oh, system that object. Oh. Hello, let me try. I'm not sending anything. Let me try looking back at the. Let's see. Oh, because the messages. I forgot something in the messages. I have to create an array with the I, so that's why I forget. Don't forget this, because this messages here is an array, and you might be thinking, this RD doesn't find errors of the arrays, so you have to be careful. You have to put eyes in this. So we just go back. Come on. This will always happen. So let's type our name again. Join, connecting. There, joined. Let's text Fender. There, so I said Fender. Hello. I said hello. So let's go back. So let's exit this, and I'll build this project, sample scene, yes, and I'll pause the video in my recording, because this is might take a long time. So I'll just press this build here. No, do you have a folder of builds? New folder. Oh, let's see, 2D tutorial. And let's just select this folder, and it will build, and see you guys there when it's already built. So it's already built, and now I'll just enter the allow access, because this is the game where the internet should be accessed. So we'll just wait. We'll text our text. We will join, and we'll just join, connected. So let's see, hello. So if this not works, I might be copyrighted or cancelled in this. So let's go back to our Unity, and then press the button, and let's see if this works. I don't know, but it might work. So Fender, okay, so let's see. Yeah, it worked. So let's send another message, which is Fender set. So we will. He's shouting at me. So Fender So let's go back to the Photon Unity. So it's send the message. That's it. That's for the Photon Unity chat. So just leave. And he's already left, so I'm just gonna cancel. Yeah. And that's